In a mass organized for all services operating in Boya Diocese this Friday, 12 July, at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral, the Bishop of Boya, His Lordship Michael Bibi, acknowledges and appreciates the efforts put in by diocesan workers, but also urges them to continue working together in peace, love, and unity for one another. Tomorrow, Saturday 13 July, at St. Martin de Porres Parish, Bokwango, DMR TV celebrates second year of existence. Tonight, we take you to talk about the theme song of the media organ. And coming up as well, FACO Senior Divisional Officer Viang Mekala introduces a ban for heavy-duty trucks plying the highways in Limbe within the day. This to curb recurrent accidents. Those were our headlines, the news and details in the minutes ahead. Gracious evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us on this edition of Divine Mercy Prime, Friday, the 12th of July 2024. I am Sama Eileen for presentation. In a show of unity and gratitude, about 19 diocesan services of the Diocese of Boya have celebrated today, Friday, July 12, 2024, the annual Thanksgiving Mass for diocesan services. The event that took place at Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral was presided at by the Bishop of Boya, His Lordship Michael Bibi, wherein these institutions pledged to uphold the diocese's reputation through diligence, discipline, and solidarity. Me Nadesh has more in the following report.
It is with joy and songs of praise that heads and staff of the various services in the Diocese of Boya converged together for the second time for a Thanksgiving Mass with the Bishop of the Diocese of Boya, His Lordship Michael Bibi, on Friday, July 12, 2024 at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral Parish. Being a tradition in the diocese where they are called upon to commune with the Bishop, brothers and sisters, the services came out adorned in their different regalia. During the solemn Mass, Bishop Michael Bibi emphasized the importance of unity and mutual support among the services, urging them to uphold the integrity of their institution and the diocese as a whole. According to some services, meeting up to the demands of the Christian population and fostering unity between themselves is a way forward.
We have done great. As far as Repafin PLC is concerned, we know it's one of the youngest child created within the diocese. We are hoping and praying that the challenges that we are facing and the efforts that we are putting in place to ensure that things can only go better, we will multiply our efforts in whatever way possible, and together with some of the criticisms, coming from within the diocese and without, and taking advice from other experts here and there.
We attend to patients, yes, like mostly stroke patients. We help to encourage them that though with their situation, they can still live like they were before. Then we also deal with patients with children with knocked knees, children with valgus ankles, and those things.
With joy and excitement, some services voiced out their word of gratitude to the bishop and applauded this initiative of his.
An amazing event, especially having a specific mass for all the Saint services. It's very enriching from the bishop's homily. It actually tells us how much we are covered, how much we are loved, and how much is expected of us to render to God. I want to give special thanks to the bishop.
It's a wonderful experience to be able to meet together here at the Co-Cathedral to celebrate a Mass of Thanksgiving with my colleagues at the diocese, and I believe We are doing our possible best to make sure we spread the good news through the works we do in the diocese.
While thanking the Bishop, His Lordship Michael Bibi, the Director of Caritas, Pierre Ernest Chinda, revealed they are living fulfilled as they take back with them the word of wisdom bestowed on them.
We are here to serve, to proclaim the good news. And to proclaim the good news, we are going to do it as we are doing it, to continue to do it without any discrimination. And also, the various service, the bishop called the various service to come together, to work together, to share their talent in such a way that we build a strong diocesan block of service.
Part 2 of the event saw members from different services coming together to dine and further foster unity and collaboration.
Preaching during that Mass, the local ordinary of the Diocese of Buea, His Lordship Michael Bibi, called on staff and head of institutions to work in unity and love, void of jealousy and unnecessary competition. Our reporter Joseph Otto was part of this Thanksgiving Mass and took keen interest in the Bishop's homily. He now tells us more.
It is another year for heads of institutions and their staff to commune in thanksgiving to God. They all converged on the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral Moliko this Friday, July 12, 2024, with their prelate, the Right Reverend Michael Bibi, for an annual Thanksgiving Mass. Holding within the context of the 75th anniversary, various institutions and services in the Diocese of Buea turn out to thank God for the services they offer to Christians in the diocese and beyond. The local ordinary in his homily called on all to be dedicated in their work by focusing on the services they offer to God's people and work with no discrimination, while highlighting the attributes a true leader needs to possess.
A true leader is a servant. Any true leader is not meant to lord it over the people. Any true leader is supposed to coordinate the people that are entrusted under his or her care. And any true leader sympathizes with the needs of those that he or she is called upon to work with them. A good leader has concern for the common good and treat all the members of the services fairly, without any distinction, respecting their dignity as human beings created in the image and likeness of God, as brought out by paragraph 1701 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. The servant leader in the services must make sure that they provide a conducive environment for those who have been appointed to work with them, or for those who volunteer their services for the good of the service. Because if the environment is not conducive, then it becomes very difficult for the workers to work in harmony. And it is the responsibility of the service head to make sure, to coordinate, to bring unity, to bring harmony, to consult, to trust, and to make sure that the dignity of everyone in the service is respected.
Additionally, staff of the various institutions are expected to be honest and appreciative.
On the other hand, those who have been employed, appointed to work in these services, must give due respect to those who are leaders. They must cooperate and collaborate with them in a spirit of love. They could advise and give their opinion as far as the administration of the service is concerned. At the end of the day, the aim of having a leader and others working with the leader is for a harmonious organization and implementation of the pastoral activities of the diocese.
With all these, all services and institutions are therefore expected to live in unity, free of competition.
Joseph Otop reporting there. Now, tomorrow, Saturday, the 13th day of July 2024, DMR-TV celebrates its second anniversary. This will take place at the St. Martin de Porres Parish in Bokwango. Last year, on Thursday, July 9, 2023, Christians of the diocese and staff of the media organ joined the proprietor, His Lordship Michael Bibi, at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral for the first anniversary. We now take you back to an excerpt of the homily delivered by the proprietor at the first anniversary. Take a listen.
I want to thank these workers of DMR TV, and I talk this one, I talk them from the bottom of my heart. These workers who I see them so, they no get weekend, they no get Sunday, they no get Monday, because round the clock, then they out for one activity or the other. And then they put in a lot of sacrifice. When Mr. Self, I appreciate them, and I think say when I do, they appreciate them from the programs and the information they would get them over DMR TV. I want to sincerely thank Una and to tell Una say this Christian people in the year now also through their love, through their contribution, wait and the help we forget more 10 francs for give and for Una. And all when me I go pray and I say may we not try for continue for be committed in order to make sure say the work way it don't be entrusted for una make you work a fine and so make DMR TV it continue for deepen the lives of many people. My dear journalists of DMR TV, as I don't talk, I appreciate una passion, una enthusiasm, una commitment towards work, where it give me the impression, say DMR TV been a Pekin, where it grow old, and as it grow old, it give a taste better. I thank una. I thank the past manager, Father Nicholas Nanji, where he get for go for school, for go learn some more book again before he come back, for all the sacrifices and way he make them within this 1 year in order to set the base and the foundation together with the other members for staff for DMR TV. I want for also ask all the workers and wait and the work for DMR TV to understand one thing. Say all will not be important. Say all will not get the same dignity. And say all will not get for use, will not talent them in order for make and say, make DMR TV it go before. No person for DMR TV, it not be important past another one. No person for DMR TV, it not be claim DMR TV like he own. DMR TV, it be owned by all of us. And we're go put our talents them together in order for work for the good of DMR TV. And why that way? Without teamwork, without collaboration, DMR TV, it no go ever stand. It no ever be a one-man show. A group of people that show. DMR TV, workers them, they all be important for the different responsibilities the way they get them, and all we must work together like members of one team in order to make sure so many things them work and make them work fine. And of course, we know if we do this one, if we not be disciplined. We must be disciplined. And if we be disciplined, we carry on with responsibilities them where it be assigned to we right to the end. We no go get no problem.
Well said there, Bishop Michael Bibi. Teamwork makes the dream work. Now, in a related story, as Christians prepare to converge on St. Martin, the poorest parish, Bukwanga, tomorrow, Saturday, for the second anniversary of DMRTV, some have been using their voices to sing joyous songs to the media organ. In the following report, Jude Mbaku monitored the video making of the DMRTV anthem and sought to know from the composer, Dr. Jude Tame, the motivation behind the anthem. His report.
The works of DMRTV haven't gone unnoticed for just 2 years of its existence. The television has inspired some music composers in the diocese to put together lyrics that portray the mission of the TV. During the video shoot of this song, May 5th, 2024, the technical crew of DMRTV testifies that the anthem is a masterpiece and the commitment of its artists made it easier for them to do a smooth production. McDonald Ayongi is the video director.
The production was quite challenging, but at the same time it was very interesting because the turnout, all the choristers were here, and actually they did perform very well. So it was really motivating, it was very encouraging working with them today.
For almost 3 hours at this location, the video production crew wrapped up the shot for the day. Reacting to DMRTV, the composer, Dr. Jutame, says he needed a melodious piece for posterity.
We are so happy to have Divine Mercy Radio Television, but I just said to myself I could not stay back without doing something, at least have a tune which somehow encompasses, which somehow summarizes the things that Divine Mercy Radio Television does. So that is the whole, the long and short of this song, Divine Mercy Radio Television, Sharing the Light of Hope. We have this song, Sharing the Light of Hope, which actually can help us focus our view, focus our interest, and remind us that Divine Mercy Radio Television is there for us and is there to teach us the things that we would like to know.
Dr. Tame also talked on the choice of the jar of this anthem.
The first part of it is a purely classical piece, and it has the form of an anthem where people would normally stand, be steady, and observe, have to reflect on the words they are singing and give respect, homage to, of course, this case, Divine Mercy Radio Television. The second part, we are dancing with joy and echoing in loud yells all the things that Divine Mercy Radio Television does.
Before this anthem, another composer, Polycarp Luma, had produced a song for DMRTV. His performance during the first anniversary celebration last year at the Divine Mercy Cathedral also kept Christians on their feet, dancing to the beauty of the communication jewel of the Diocese of Boya, DMRTV.
The Divine Mercy, radio television, the #1 media, proclaiming the gospel, sharing the light of God.
Now, on to something else, and on a sad note, Reverend Father Joseph Boykama, who had served in Cameroon as a Mill Hill missionary for 50 years, has finally been called to rest. The Reverend Father passed on the 6th of July 2024 in the Netherlands, his home country. Reverend Father Roderick Yangsi now profiles the lead priest.
In accordance with the 1890 Catholice Ecclesiae of Pope Leo XIII, missionary work to Africa was visaed and encouraged. The history of the church in Bamenda Ecclesiastical Province is never complete without the mention of the Mill Hill missionaries. From 1922 until the first indigenous priests and even beyond, the Mill Hill labored vigorously to maintain the growth of the faith in Cameroon. One of such missionaries was Father Joseph Boekema, who was fondly called Joe the White. He served for 50 good years in English Cameroon from 1950 until the year 2000, when he was called back to his home in the Netherlands for retirement, which he hesitantly did for love of the Cameroon people he had lovingly served and lived with for the majority of his years. Early Saturday, 6th July brought news of his demise at Zilverhoevel at the ripe old age of 100.
Father Joseph Boekema, the Mill Hill priest who died on Saturday, 6th July 2024, was born on the 25th of May 1924. It means that he lived on earth for 100 years, 1 month, and 2 weeks.
Joseph was born on the 25th of May 1924 in the town of Akrum near Utrecht in the Netherlands. Immediately after his ordination, Joseph was appointed to work in the Diocese of Buea, Cameroon.
Father Joseph Boekema served as priest here in Cameroon from 1950, when he was ordained, until the year 2000, when he went back and was later retired. It means that he served in Cameroon for 50 good years. When he came to Cameroon in 1950, he served briefly as assistant priest in Fiango from 1950 to 1951, then also served as assistant priest in Tabiken Parish till 1953. And from there he was transferred to Mankon, still as assistant priest. From Mankon, he went down to Smosopo, Buea, and from there he came back to Mankon, and from there to Njinikom. And it is good to note that from 1970 until the year 2000, he served as Vicar General to Archbishop Paul Vezekov.
The then Superior General Maurice McGill wrote of Joseph, "I know from personal experience of your conscientious work and zeal, always on duty, willing to serve the people and to attend to their needs. Your ability as an administrator, host and wise counselor was recognized not just by the Mill Hill missionaries but by all Christians which you lovingly served."
That work for that time, it not be easy. I will not be get a black man father, they not be there. All father they be in a white man. And for go for mission station, we been a trouble because motor not be there. So they do work and for food. So before father go reach for one mission station, it will be like 1 month for one time. Or for 2 months before father mission station feed father.
Father Joseph Boekema is noted for his great spirit of devotion. He loved the priesthood. He was devoted to whatever assignment he was given.
He will be greatly remembered for his determination and love for the Christian people of English Cameroon. His remains will be laid to rest in the Mill Hill Cemetery at Oosterberg.
May the soul of Father Joseph Boekema rest in peace. Now, on to something else. Heavy-duty trucks will no longer ply the streets of Limbe in Fako Division of the Southwest Region during the day. This is according to an order signed by the Senior Divisional Officer of Fako, Viang Mekala, Thursday, July 11, 2024. A move intended to reduce recurrent accidents in the city of Friendship. Details right ahead. In the communique signed by the Senior Divisional Officer of FACO, Viang Mekala, heavy-duty trucks will only have access into and out of Limbe between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. on a daily basis, a measure taken to ensure road safety for people and property following 2 fatal accidents that happened between a period of 2 months caused by heavy-duty vehicles plying the streets of Limbe, which left several families mourning. One of these accidents happened recently on June 30, 2024 at Mile 2 Limbe, leaving 4 dead when a truck carrying cement lost its brakes and smashed a private car and a bicycle before crashing into a truck belonging to the waste management company, Hizakam, around the amusement park. The accident claimed the lives of 2 employees of the waste collection company as well as a woman and a child. Signed on July 11, 2024, the order by the SDO of FACO stipulates that any transporter who violates this order will face the heavy hand of the law. However, this is not the first time that such a measure is being taken by an authority in the country to curb road accidents and maintain safety of persons and property. Nonetheless, the order banning heavy-duty vehicles from circulating during the day will later be lifted, and these trucks will once again return to the streets during broad daylight, causing more disorder than before. It is hoped that the ban in Limbe will be permanent and extended to other towns in the southwest and across the national territory to curb road accidents and the loss of lives and properties. Sad indeed to watch. Now out of the country, Congolese army on Thursday accused the M23 rebels and Rwanda of violating a humanitarian ceasefire announced by the United States last week. The ceasefire, enforced since July 5, 2024, aimed at allowing humanitarian workers to access conflict zones in the North Kivu province, where millions of people are experiencing one of the world's worst humanitarian crisis. This story from Congo and others will be yours in the next report compiled by our reporter Jamila Tongta.
The Congolese army on Thursday accused the M23 rebels and Rwanda of violating the humanitarian ceasefire announced by the United States last week. The 2-week ceasefire, enforced since July 5th, aimed to allow humanitarian workers to access conflict zones in the North Kivu province, where millions of people are experiencing one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. It's only a week in, and there have been reports of continued violence in Masisi territory near Goma, the capital of North Kivu, according to the United Nations. The conflicts in the region has intensified this year, displacing hundreds of thousands in an attempt to flee rebels. The years-long conflict is highly complex, and while M23 is the most active, there are over 120 armed groups fighting over the region's minerals. More than 7 million people are now displaced across the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo. This year alone, at least 416 violent attacks have left 1,467 civilians dead, half of whom were in North Kivu, according to non-profit organization Search. On the sidelines of the 10th BRICS Parliamentary Forum in St. Petersburg on Thursday, July 11th, Russia's president and the Iranian parliament speaker held a meeting. The talks were also attended by the speakers of both chambers of the Russian parliament, with Iran being one of the BRICS' newest members. Vladimir Putin, who said his country was delighted Iran fully starts work in the bloc, paid tribute to the late president Ibrahim Raisi, who died in a plane crash. Russia's military technical operation with Iran was strengthened under late president Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, said his country's eyes effective cooperation in other fields. The 10th BRICS Parliamentary Forum will close today, Friday 12th, 2024.
Reports on foreign news has brought us to the end of this edition of Divine Mercy Prime. But before we go, a recap of our major stories. Diocesan Feast Day celebration today, July 11th. Bishop Michael Bibi invites Christians to continue beckoning. Diocesan Feast Day celebration today, Thursday, July 11th. Bishop Michael Bibi invites Christians to continue doing the right thing and continue serving in God's vineyard. Tomorrow, Saturday, 13th July, at St. Martin de Porres Parish, Bokwango, DMR-TV celebrates second year of existence. Tonight, we took you to the theme song of the media organ. And FACO Senior Divisional Officer Viang Mekala introduces a ban for heavy-duty trucks plying the highways in Limbe within the day. This to curb recurrent accidents. Many thanks for viewing. That was the package we had for you today on Divine Mercy Prime. To take the rendezvous for next week, God willing, we will be here. Happy weekend. I have been Sama Aileen for presentation. Bye.